What's up, guys? Today I am back with another video today. Today I will be talking about the Alien sequel to the prequels that we never got. This is, I wouldn't say we never got it. The film still has a possibility to come out, but it's probably not going to come out anytime soon due to Ridley Scott basically screwing over the Alien franchise from Alien Covenant. But anyway, I'll be describing what the plot was going to be due to details spread through the news and rumors. So, let's begin. Now, first thing first, where do we end off on Alien Covenant? We ended off on the Covenant ship basically getting sabotaged by Walter, but Walter is not Walter and is actually David. I know, very confusing. It got me at the end, but it was a very good plot twist. So, obviously, what we can assume is, as soon as the people would wake up on the Covenant, they would probably find out there'd be face huggers everywhere on the ship, and some of them would get attacked, but some would survive. And probably the main characters from the original film would definitely survive because they're the main protagonists. Now, after they would be holding off the facehuggers, chestbursters, xenomorphs, basically everything, they would have to try and hold them off for around, let's say, 20 minutes to be convenient for movie time. Eventually, they would land the ship, and the survivors would get off, and to make it convenient, they would blow up the ship, and they would hide on the planet. And for convenient purposes, I just started, and that's the first time I started, yes. But as I was saying, for convenient purposes, for some reason I can't say purposes, for convenient purposes, they will land on LV-246. Now, soon after, they would land on LV-246, they would take refuge inside a cave. They would soon realize this cave is very dark and damp, and they would not be able to go down any further. So they just take refuge at the entrance, and to make time pass, they just tell a little bit about their story for exposition purposes and just to make time pass. They would soon after they would tell a bit about their stories. There would be a loud noise, a bang, like a crack, like a noise I am hopefully going to play while I'm editing this video right now. There we go, like basically loud bang noise, and they'll go check it out and realize that the crumble of the cave has disappeared and is cleared the tunnel out of the cave, so they go deeper in it. Here, deeper in the cave, they would find a hive taken over a old facility on LB246. They would explore the facility to find documents and papers in laboratory rooms and find out this place used to be a experimentation center for the Weyland-Yutani Corporation. They would search the area. As they would get deeper, they would find xenomorph eggs, more and more of them. Eventually, one of the main characters would get impregnated by one of the eggs, and they would not really do anything about it, but due to their past experiences, they would lock him in a room. As soon as they would lock him in the room, the chest burster would come out and kill him. They would then not let the chest burster out, like what they do in the stupid movies, but actually contain it, as that would be the more smarter decision. They would then try and get out of the hive, then encounter two xenomorphs in the hallway. They would run from them as an epic chase scene begins. This chase scene would probably last for 5 minutes in the movie. It would just be them running down corridors, hiding in rooms and under desks from two savage xenomorphs. This is where we would reach the halfway mark in the film. Basically, they would finally get away from the xenomorphs from probably about 10 minutes of them hiding in like a vicinity area, hiding in an office and the hallways from them after slightly being chased by them. They would then escape into a dark room. In this dark room, they see a xenomorph king. Never before we have seen a xenomorph king in cinemas, but this time we were. What they would do, same as what Ripley did, they would get a flamethrower and burn the eggs to try and reason with the king. The king's xenomorph would let them go, but would soon chase after them. They would run down a pit into a small, tight hallway and out of the cave. Then they look around their surroundings and see a more dangerous enemy, David. They would then tail David to a derelict, and surprisingly, this derelict is the same derelict we see in the original Alien film. They would go to this derelict and go inside it and try and chase David. They would chase David to a strange room with pillars everywhere and a blue light ball in the middle. They would hold this blue light ball and it would turn off its light when they would touch it. The pillars in the room would all lower and fall into the ground, and then David would appear out of nowhere holding a gun. They would all then attack David and fight to the death with him. They would kill David. David would die. They would then mangle his body and make sure David would never be able to refunction again. They would then travel back up the derelict to a pilot room seeming very familiar from the original Alien film, because it is. They would make contact with the space jockey, which is barely alive, and the chest burster would burst out of the jockey. They would then soon realise that that ship is carrying a specimen that Wayland Yutani always wanted, and that's when the protagonists would realize that the xenomorph is a priority one task, because the Wayland Yutani Corporation always wanted the xenomorphs. They knew about them ever since the events of AVP. Even though Ridley crossed that out of the law, he just did that to confuse us. So there you go. There's the story. If you weren't happy with it, there are other versions out there, but that is a more rarer one, which I like the idea of. So, as always, au revoir, my mommies, which is goodbye, my friends and friends.